Okay. We are ready to go.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. This is the new Metaverse Construction Company Hub. There's a lot of stuff that you'll be able to see in here when it goes live. But just to kind of give you we're going to just do a quick kind of orientation of the space and what it's here for and what this whole thing is about. And then we're going to jump quickly because while we have some time, we don't have a lot of time because we have a lot to show you. So the Metaverse Construction Company Hub, this is sort of the jumping off point that you're going to be able to access all of the other things that we're doing in the space. So this right here is our Metaverse Construction Company office building. This is, you guys probably have seen this when we did the Mayor of Orlando, and we've done a number of events for the VR ARA. That was all in the Metaverse Construction Company offices, which are going to be housed in this, and this will have a portal that you'll be able to go through for there. Behind you, we have the new Metaverse podcast that we're doing. That one is going to be, I would say that's a really good symbiotic podcast to the one that you're doing here. We're not covering the same thing, but I think that we'll be able to do a lot of things together. And our podcast studio, I don't know if any of you have been in that one. I know a few of you have. The podcast studio is a really cool environment too, that we're also going to be starting to do some of these things to make these. We're putting together collections that we will be offering to the public to make available if people want to use these type of spaces. Over here, we've got our theater. This is a really huge, massive performing arts theater that we'll be releasing pretty soon. We have this space here, which is actually two different spaces. This is a project that we're doing with Markaida Kali, which is a martial arts, a really well-known martial arts expert in the world. Doug Markaida is just a fantastic guy, amazingly talented martial artist, and be able to bring some really cool new martial arts training to VR and immersive metaverse technologies. We also have a meditation room in here that will also be another location that's available. We have this is the film school right here. This is going to be your portal to get into the film school. We have this outdoor cafe, just kind of a cool place to hang out and chill with your friends. Metaverse Realty, this is where the portal to be able to see all of the different environments and spaces that we're going to be offering are going to be. You'll be able to see the showroom. We've got this nice kind of walkway overhang that you can walk out and hang. Just a great space. And then we've got a really kind of, I'm only going to show you guys, this is a secret kind of Easter egg kind of thing. Back here, we've got this mystery building, and it's protected by 2 MIBs. And this, for our podcast, is going to be the location where you will be able to, on a constant changing basis, have these little mind-blowing experiences. And that's going to kind of be a really cool, a cool feature of the podcast and kind of our environments, which is constantly coming up with these. They're going to be little experiences, but each one of them, they're user-driven. So the people who are, attending our podcast are going to be the ones offering up these suggestions of what kind of experience they would love to see, and then we'll build them, and then these will be an ever-changing, this little mystery place. You'll go into this portal, and the experience in there will always be changing, always be some kind of cool, new, mind-blowing experience. So I'll give you guys just a couple of minutes to walk around, explore the space a little bit. Let's keep it really short, though, because we do have a lot more to see. We'll give it 2 minutes, just walk around really quick, and then we'll jump to another space.
Definitely recommend going up these stairs as well. That's a cool experience. I fell off those stairs the other day, but don't worry, I was fine. I did embarrass myself in front of John. That's okay, though. Now, John, this is a beautiful, huge environment. How long does it take to design something of this size?
Well, this is sort of our area of expertise. So I hesitate to even tell you, because this is not going to be representative of what the average design team would do. You
don't have to tell me.
Yeah, we do these much faster than most organizations would be able to. But they take a decent amount of time. I mean, a typical larger scale environment is going to take somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 to 8 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's understandable. I mean, the level of detail that you have in this environment is just incredible. I mean, the different places that people can meet and talk and experiment with each other, and it seems like so much of it is interactive in the way that you can go through all these different portals and experience all of these different environments. And how many different portals are here in this hub?
Right now, currently there'll be one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. There'll be about 10 portals in this environment to start.
Hmm. 10
With
portals.
and each one of those is going to lead you to more experiences, and some of those branch off. So like this portal right here for the Metaverse Film School will branch off into the Metaverse Film School hub, which then has more to branch off from there as well. So
Yeah.
they get pretty extensive.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, it's incredible. Seriously, even
All
the
right,
second
well,
time that you've shown me this is cool.
yeah, I think we should probably jump on because I know time's a wasting.
Sure, yeah,
So let's
absolutely. Let
just
me just, yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, let me
So let's
just
just
stop
yeah.
this
Go ahead.
recording.
While you're
Yeah.
doing that, I'll just kind of let everybody know. So, uh, let's just say you were here and you were walking into the Metaverse Film School building or the Metaverse Film School hub. I've got an alien. I'm getting ready to get abducted here. Um, let's say we were going into the sound stage here. That's where we're going to go to next. We're going to go to the sound stage. So let's pull that up. Okay, your screen's going to go dark here for a second. Wow, it's got some great internet connections. Look at this.
That was fast.
This is awesome. Yeah. Let me know when you're back to recording, and we'll try to keep it optimized as much as possible.
Sure. Yep. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. We're all set.
All right. So as you guys might see over here, what you're looking at on this screen is not a photo. Okay, you can actually see this is actually a live camera, and this is soundstage 71, which is our 3-camera soundstage. It's actually a 4-camera soundstage. And one of the things that you'll notice here, I want this experience for you guys to be different than most of the other ones that you probably have, in that there's going to be a lot for you to sort of see and do in these. So the first thing I want you to notice is this is not an image that you're seeing on the screen. I'm going to grab this camera here, and you can see this is a Red Dragon camera, and it's a live feed. So I'm going to kind of get an image of all of you guys here. Look at this. Nice. And what I want you to do is I'm going to just kind of hand this camera off, and you can just reach out, and if you're on VR, you can just reach out and grab that camera and then operate it as if you were a camera operator. So one of the things I want to show you is on this soundstage, this particular soundstage, soundstage 71, we have the green screen. We've got a version of the Seinfeld set that we built just kind of as an example. And on the Seinfeld set, we've got 3 cameras. This is a 3-camera setup. So you've got camera A, B, and C, all of which you can grab and operate. You also notice that we've got some lights here, and one of the advantages that you typically can't do in a real world film school is, number one, let every student walk around with $100,000 piece of kit, which we can do here without worry about dropping it. And over here, hey, Steve, I didn't see Steve come in. We've got movable lights. Now these lights are super hot, run the risk of burning people when you're in the real world, but here we can grab them. We don't have to worry. Moving them around is super quick and easy. You can grab them. Over here, we've got an LED wall, which is about the size of the original Mandalorian stage. And if you come over here, you can walk around back here and see what these LED wall stages look like from behind. I'm going to disappear here for 1 second to grab this. How many people, out of curiosity, is there anybody here who is on a tethered headset? Anybody on a tethered headset? Raise your hand.
Let's see some hand raises. Okay. I know Chris is.
Okay, we see some hand raises. So for those of you, unfortunately, if you're on an untethered headset, you're not going to be able to see this. But for those of you who are on a tethered headset, if you want to come over here to the LED wall stage, I should look like a floating panel here for a second. All right, let's come back into the real world.
Right here. We should be playing some ghost music.
So anybody who's on a tethered headset, I want you to hold that panel, and I'm going to go grab a light. And I want you to take a look at, this is something you're typically not going to see elsewhere. I want you to look at the fidelity of this LED wall panel. And you should be able to see every pixel on that panel.
Yep. Very detailed. Huh.
Wow. That is so cool.
Wow. So what's cool about this is in doing, let's kind of switch hats from, production to training, to be able to show somebody what one of these are typically, LED panels that most people are not going to ever see in the real world, to be able to see how they work, how you put them together, how you assemble an LED wall stage, and then later, which we're not going to be able to show this time, but hopefully we'll be able to come back and next time and show you the simulation of the actual working LED wall and virtual production stage, which we have from A to Z, from learning about the panels, learning how to assemble them, how to put them onto a stage, how to set up the stage, and then how to actually shoot on the stage. We sort of take that whole experience from A to Z. So LED wall stage, this is our mocap stage. We actually have a full-blown mocap stage, a virtual mocap stage. It's another experience we can take you to another time. A 3D capture stage over here. And you can actually, there's stairs that allow you to walk up the catwalk just a part of the way. We didn't want people walking across the top and hurting themselves, tripping over themselves in VR. So you can walk up the stairs most of the way to the top level, but then you can't go across the full catwalk if you want to explore that. So I'm going to give you guys just a couple of minutes. If you want to be Kramer and storm through the door, you want to be Jerry or Elaine sitting on the couch and having a discussion about cereal.
It's my dream to be all of them at once.
Yeah. And feel free to grab a camera and see what it's like to film on one of these sets. The experience of filming on a set, and if you walk around the back of these sets, you can see that we assemble them like an actual stage. We assemble them with flats, just like you would assemble a real world set. This is very much the experience of the price of them changes kind of wildly as the next version comes up. But when we built this kit that you're holding is a sort of a full studio build of the camera and would cost about $100,000 at the time we built it. So you don't have to worry about dropping it in here.
Red camera in a red camera in high school, and I was terrified.
Right. Uh-oh.
Got the crashing sound effects.
Yeah. That's not a good sound to hear on a sound stage. I'm
going to walk through. I'm going to be Kramer.
One of the really fun things that you can do in here, which we did at one time was, and Chris was the instigator of this, he figured out that because we have this real face technology, you could actually, for a goof, go onto the internet, grab a picture of whatever character you want to do, put it on you, and then come back as that character. We don't condone, ripping off other people's faces, but but it is a pretty cool thing when you're on the set and you're actually, if you're doing sort of a Shakespearean play, to take on those characters and have your character actually looking like that. Really great way. Think about all the possibilities from not only a production and shooting experience, which as from the back end, as people who are doing the camera work and the lighting. There you go. Look, we even have titles.
Look behind you there. Yeah, there you go.
So cool.
You not only get that
being saved anywhere.
These are not right now, but we actually have the ability to save them. Yes.
We could actually reenact an episode of Seinfeld.
Yes.
And then output
That's
it.
for another episode.
But, I mean, this could be used for content creation, right? Like
it can. We actually have right now. This stage was sort of our first proof of concept. This is Soundstage 71. We've got the whole backlot of all these different sound stages. This one is the first one where we did a full 3-camera output system, where it's a little hacky, but the ability is there for us to record each one of these camera outputs, and then you can edit it together later. So yeah, that was sort of the intent. Was we want the ability to start doing some of these things and bringing them and make them useful, be able to do them in the real world as well. All right, how we doing on time? Yikes. Okay.
Yep.
We better jump to the
we
next one.
can go over. I've prepped so that we can go over today.
Okay. All right, so let's go to the next one here.
Sounds good. Everybody prepare for the download.
Feel like we're launching a spaceship. Prepare for download.
Prepare for download.
Join us. Yeah, everybody join us over here. You'll see these sound stages behind me here, which I'm going to kind of show you the workings of the cameras.
Everybody best say hi to
All right.
Godzilla.
Everybody come on over here. And when you guys come out here, take a turn around and look up from here. So now what's really cool about this is you'll notice we have our cameras out here as well. So feel free to reach over and grab a camera. We've got camera A, B, and C. Here's camera 1 here, camera 2, and camera 3. If you grab one of these cameras, and for anybody who's in VR, reach over here and grab a camera and get a good shot of Kajita up here. You'll notice also, I see a couple people have figured out that we've got a miniature set over here also, which allows you to do, we wanted the ability to show people how to do a miniature set. Here's another camera. Let's see. Anybody else in VR here? Are you in VR? Nope. Okay, who else is in VR? Steve, you're in VR. You can grab that one. So get a good framing of Kajita there with your camera, and then just leave the camera in midair. Just leave it on a good framing. And if you're on the miniature set, you can leave your camera on the miniature set too. Either one is fine. All right, and now once you got a nice framing, just leave your camera there. And I don't know if I told you guys which cameras you have, but you'll notice behind us we have projection stages. Each one of these projection stages is like a little movie theater. and you can actually walk into those projection stages and see your camera. So you can just walk in. There's no collider, so you can just walk from soundstage to soundstage.
That is so epic.
So you can see the output of the camera, and it looks like Chris has got the first helicopter out. So let's go to stage 2 here, and I'm going to actually bring one in too. We'll take everybody up in tours.
Aus, bitte. Ja, sind die dran.
Looks like we've got Edmund driving the
In einer
helicopter.
total krassen Session.
Is he
Beste
qualified?
Session
We will
ever.
find out.
Die beste
Oh,
Session.
we will find out, right?
Hat's jetzt geklappt?
All right. All right, if anybody wants to climb in, we got another one here. We'll have a helicopter
So I'll climb
race
into
here.
the
Dominik, ich bin
helicopter.
noch in der Session jetzt, in der anderen. Die nehme ich gerade auf.
All right.
All right,
We got
John.
Maxwell in here.
Der Hammer.
Paul, if you
Also
want
ich hab noch nie
to
sowas
just
erlebt.
aim
Das
at the
ist der
seat here.
Wahnsinn. Ich bin in der
got everybody in?
Engage-Session.
Welcome, Gus.
Geh mal auf die Liste und guck bei Maxwell.
Okay, we
Ganz
got a
am
full,
Anfang die offene Session.
full chopper here. Here we
Der
go.
bin ich.
We'll take everybody for
das
a
ist der
ride.
Hammer. Das
We'll
ist der
come back.
Wahnsinn. Also ich heul
We'll
los.
come back to save you,
Geh
we
da mal rein,
promise.
Dominik. Das ist
Don't worry,
unglaublich.
Godzilla's quite friendly. I mean, depending on what
Ja, ich
movie you're
weiß, aber
watching,
dann kommen
actually.
wir
Yeah.
5 Minuten später, weil das kann man nicht verpassen.
He was friendly in the
So
new
what
ones. This is
Wenn
crazy.
du bei Events
Yeah.
oben die live
This
sind,
is
da
the
ist einer
experience
dabei,
that
das
just
ist eine
kind of, even though I
Engage-Session.
created it, it just kind of blew my mind being able to come up here
Ja, da kommen
and
wir
get a,
rein.
you can actually come up here and film too, but
Robert, what do you
how does
think?
that look? We got our
Have you seen this?
helicopter
Awesome.
friends over on the other side.
This
You
is
can
so
actually see them
awesome.
over
This
there.
is unbelievable. I want to know anything what
But
happened.
what kind of experience is that?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you gone into the booths
Mind-blowing.
yet?
Pardon me?
Here, come inside a booth with me here.
Yeah.
Watch this way.
Ja.
All right, let's try not to get into a helicopter accident with our. Or they're going to turn us. So this can get a little.
So, like,
Chris
what we
is-
can do if we
Chris
go
is a
find
lot more
camera 2,
adventurous with
we can
his
actually
crew here.
reposition
I
camera
try to
2.
keep-
Let's see if we can
I
find
try to
it here.
keep everybody from getting sick. So let's. I'm gonna do this very gently for you guys. Whoa!
Oh, well, here we
That
go.
kind of, yeah, that kind of motion can really get to you. So you can see Chris's helicopter over there. So when somebody asks you what you did today, I challenge
Say you met Godzilla.
we flew around in a helicopter around Godzilla.
Dominik,
Did dog fights.
das ist ein komplettes Filmlabor. Das
Oh, Chris is getting
totaler
nice and
Hammer.
close
Total
to
Hammer. Du kannst
Godzilla.
die
Ja.
Kameras nehmen.
Well,
kannst
not to
die
be
Kameras
outdone
nehmen
here.
Und kannst dann auf die Gebäude zeigen und hast dann den Kameraausschnitt. Das ist total Wahnsinn. Guck dir das mal
All
an.
right, let's.
Ich nehme es auf der
bring
Kamera auf.
everybody down.
Also das ist brutal. Und das ist in Engage, musst du dir vorstellen. Das ist in Engage. Also das ist direkt hier in der Plattform.
Can't believe I met Godzilla today.
Unglaublich. Von hier kannst du die Kamera nehmen. Dann hast du da oben einen Bildschirm.
That's the best part about VR. Expect the unexpected.
So I'm going to let Chris take anybody else who didn't get the chance to pop in here.
Oh,
And while he's
helicopter crash.
while he's doing that, I'm going to shrink this helicopter down. And they're kind of one of those jump out, another one of those things you can't just do in the real world. I'm going to take this helicopter we were in, and I'm going to shrink it down to toy size. And if somebody wants to grab a camera, Steve's already on it.
Hier schon.
Nice. Come on over here to the miniature stage. And if you guys watch that monitor, we can actually do aerial stunt photography.
So, John, this is a full replica of the city that we're in right now, and the experience on a large scale.
That is correct. Yeah, we are looking at the city we are actually standing in, and that Godzilla is the same Godzilla that you're seeing up there.
That is incredible.
So I see we've got a whole slew of camera people here. So how does that look, Edmund? How does that look from your camera?
Yeah, I'm very impressed with these cameras. Whoa.
Just love the song too.
Yeah.
Really puts me in the mood. It's so catchy. What's cool too is you can fight Godzilla. Not that you would want to. He's still bigger than me, even on a small scale. Tell me, do I look cool in this shot?
You look very cool in the shot. You're going head to head with Godzilla. I don't know when you get the opportunity to do that.
I know.
All right. All right, so we're going to make our last jump here.
Oh, there's already one on. Yep.
All right, screen's going to go dark for everybody here in just a second. All right, so what we wanted to do with this one is, again, some of the stuff, maybe I'll wait till you, to your camera's here.
Yep, so my camera is here and it's recording now.
All right,
good?
so the idea, yep, we good?
Yep, we're all good.
All right, so the idea behind this one is the ability to give people who are learning filmmaking the experience of recording and filming in a live type concert or EDM kind of rave setting. And the only way to do that is to actually do it. So over here on this side of the stage, we've got a whole DJ EDM kind of setup. And then over on the other side, we've got a whole concert, which I see people have already found, which is really cool. We'll put some rock music on and do the whole rock concert thing. But with all of these, while they're all fun, notice that there's cameras, and the cameras are each set to these screens here. So you get the real feeling of what it's like to be filming at an actual concert. So some of the things that are really nice is if you grab that camera there, okay, Rami's got the camera. You can jump up on stage, Rami, if you hold the camera in your left hand momentarily and then use your right hand to teleport on stage. And everything in here is pickupable. You can grab guitars, you can grab... So for those people, if you're doing like a classroom environment, we wanted the ability... Look at Chris is jamming. You have the ability to have the class, those who are filming, have a lot of fun because they're actually learning the real-world experiences, how to get the best angles on the performer, how to avoid hitting the performers, how to avoid hitting each other on stage. And the other people get to air guitar, air drum. Let's put on some, let's get some rock music going on here.
Yeah. Let's do it.
This is royalty-free music here, so I don't know if the... So you really got three experiences going on here. You've got the experience of the people who are doing the filming, which is cool. You've got the experience of the people who aren't filming but performing on stage while the other people are filming. And then you have the experience of actually coming over here and watching what your colleagues are doing on the screen and seeing, what kind of job they're doing filming and how it looks. Maxwell's got the jam going on. Nice.
Now, John, I think the only issue with this is that you've ruined the rest of my workday because I'm never going to do anything for the rest of my workday that's as much fun as I'm having right now. So
that's the idea. That's the idea. The idea is that this is the highlight of your day, and that everything else is just kind of pale by comparison.
Oh, this is so cool.
Everybody feel free to grab a camera, jump on stage, grab a guitar.
Yeah, try playing the guitar. It's a lot of fun.
Chris has
been jamming for like 30 minutes.
So, another thing from the production standpoint, this allows you the experience that there's just no other way of getting in real life from the production standpoint. You can tell people what it's like, grab a camera, try to get this kind of framing, this kind of angle, but when you actually go through and try to keep a nice smooth panning shot across the person playing the drums, try to stay out of the way of the singer so you don't run into him or her. Figure out some creative camera angles here. Let's get a rock star angle on Chris here.
Now, John, did you base this off of a real stage that you've seen in an actual production studio, or is this your own design?
This is our some of this environment's components we got, but I designed the stage. Actually, I was a touring musician for the first part of my life, so this is actually designed on one of the stages that we actually performed on. So I wanted that same kind of experience for people to feel what it feels like to be on. And I can tell you, having performed on lots of stages, this is exactly what it feels like being on stage. So it's really just so many really unique experiences that most people wouldn't be able to get, both from the production side, from the performing side, from the learning side, all the way across the board. Each one of these experiences, you've got 5 different experiences going on in here, each of which is unique, and most people would never get to experience this. Imagine somebody off on, the far end of Africa or something in a small village that's got one internet connection and one headset, being able to access a sound stage and a concert stage and an EDM DJ stage, and all of these experiences from a little school in the middle of nowhere. To me, that's kind of the magic of what this is all about, being able to let just the average person who's never been able to experience these things. To me, that's the spark that then sets them on a life of pursuing, their dream of whatever it is, but having those little magical experiences along the way. I remember meeting Ray Harryhausen in my early days, and I was always a Ray Harryhausen stop motion fan. Meeting him and hearing 1 or 2 stories, man, that just sets you off on a life of passion about doing something that you would really love to do.
Yeah. Well, John, you're an inspiration, seriously, to the virtual reality community, the experiences that you create. And I just love that story about, a teenager child in Africa putting putting a headset on in their village for the first time, one internet connection, but that's all it takes. I mean, they might become a musician after that, or a tech specialist, an IT specialist, or they might want to get involved with virtual reality. It kind of seems like these environments can create almost a half dozen different career paths for every environment. I know that's kind of the goal that you're going for here.
Yeah, and in addition to that, you take it one step further, which is the ability for that person on a continent far, far away being in the room here with us and learning from other people who are expert in the industry and having that accessibility to resources, to people, to experts, to trainers. I know that when the pandemic first started, we had started the Immersive Initiative about a year before the pandemic happened. People looked at us like we were nuts. When the pandemic happened, not as much. But one of the things that we found was, and my reasoning was, I know, we've got lots of friends who are experts over in Europe who just don't have time to get on a plane and come here to do a guest speaking thing. And I said, you know what? I get them on on an hour on a lunch break to pop on a headset and do a guest lecture. And sure enough, people are like, oh yeah, I'll pop on a headset and I can, do it in my pajamas or whatever. Yeah, I'll do that. And the accessibility of being able to get people that you normally wouldn't do. And let's be honest, right now, VR is novel. So you get a Steven Spielberg, who probably has more experience in VR than most, and say, hey, could you pop on a headset and do a guest speaking kind of thing on your lunch hour one day? It's much easier sell than saying, hey, can we book you? You got to block out 3 days to go travel somewhere to do something. So in addition to the physical experience, or the virtual physical experience, you also have that the people component and the connection component, the ability for all of you to be here with us right now. We got people probably from all ends of the world, and we're all in the same room together, and we can sit and chat as if we were in the same room. And to me, that's the other magical component of this.
Yeah, it's incredible to see what you've done, and it is really magical for virtual reality to be able to connect so many different people who otherwise wouldn't have communicated in a way like this. Sure, we have Zoom and Teams, but there's just so much fatigue with those. You're just sitting at a computer and you're looking at stuff. Right now, I'm standing and moving around my arms, and you can see literally everything I'm doing. Yeah, I'm on a concert stage. What a place to do an interview,
Exactly.
And that's what's wonderful about it.
That's what's wonderful about it, yeah.
Yeah. So, well, listen, thank you so much for showing us these epic environments. I mean, this was a lot of fun, right, everybody? This was a great time. I've had a wonderful time.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, to sort of send us out, I'm going to turn some music on. We'll go over there to the other side. We didn't really get a chance to do the DJ side. Anybody wants to pop up and be the DJ, and we'll kind of send it out on that note. And everybody have.